Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at qualities of you that draw people in. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. We have 3 piles to choose from today. So for pile number 1, we have Mahogany, Obsidian. And we have the card Fire. For pile number 2, we have Tiger's Eye. And we have the card Full Spectrum. And for pile number 3, we have Lapis Lazuli. So we have our ancient future. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this Mahogany Obsidian Crystal and the Fire card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at qualities of you that draw people in. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started, I'd just like to announce that I am taking a limited amount of personal readings. So if you'd like to pre-book for February, you can find my email in the description box below. Okay, let's get started with your reading. So we're going to start out with this oracle deck and then get some tarot cards. So when I was getting your oracle deck, my hand just bumped my perfume on the side of my shelf. So some of you could, wear certain perfumes or lotions or something about your natural scent smelling good that draws people in. I also feel with this Fire card, this pile could be pretty attractive to look at from the eye. With this eye here, and fire energy reminds me of attractiveness. So you could be very attractive physically too. But let's get your qualities. Okay, spirit guides of pile number 1. Qualities about them that draw people in. We have unique gifts, card 55. So interesting, we have 1555, if that's an angel number any of you are seeing. Qualities about pile 1 that draw people in. We have the crown chakra with the unlimited self. Okay. And I also noticed the heart chakra wants to pop out. So let me just make space for it. Okay, and at the back of the deck we have Trust Your Innocence. So now let's get some tarot cards for you. Spirit guides of my pile number 1s. Qualities about them that draw people in. Qualities about my pile 1s that draw people in. So we have the Moon. Qualities about my pile 1s that draw people in. The 10 of Earth, 10 of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Air, 4 of Swords. Qualities about pile 1 that draw people in. The Hermit. And lastly, the 5 of Fire, 5 of Wands. I'll pull more cards as I go along if needed. We have the Page of Fire, Page of Wands at the back of the deck. Okay, my pile number 1. So what qualities about you draw people in? Straight away, I felt, that attractiveness, that physical attractiveness. So some people may be drawn into you, want to talk to you, want to be around you because of your physical appearance, because you may look very conventionally attractive, you may smell good. Fire energy is a hotness, okay? So this pile may be very physically hot, very physically attractive. But other than that, since we have the moon in the center of your reading, I do also feel people are drawn to you because of your vibe and also parts of your personality. So let me explain everything I see here. So firstly, I want to say that your aura is very protected, my pile number ones. I think partly because of spirit, but partly also because of you and the way you are protecting your own peace, because I'm seeing you be quite mysterious to others with the Hermit and the Moon. And especially this Hermit card, we see this door being locked. And the keys are here, so it's not like you are closed off. You don't close yourself off is what I want to say, but you do keep yourself quite private in some way. There is a little bit of mystery here that does draw people in and intrigue people. But then also at the same time, it somewhat protects your aura, but then also somewhat your guides are protecting your aura. So it's like a double protection we see here. Okay, so your spirit guides are protecting you heavily. The reason why I say so is because some may be drawn to you and really love you, whereas some may be drawn to you and feel intimidated or jealous by you, by your, I want to say, amazingness. Okay, so I'll explain what I see here as we go along and then it will make more sense. But the kind of storyline I see here is because you are protecting your peace, because you are a little bit more private and mysterious, some may have a hard time getting in, and there's a reason for that. Also, your spirit guides protecting you, because the way spirit is showing it to me is your vibe, your heart is sacred. Okay, pile one, your heart is sacred. You have a lot of potential and a lot of great qualities to you. That's why I said all your amazingness, and people can see that. And so because of that, it's like spirit is showing me, okay, you're this treasure, right? You're this treasure here in this 10 of Pentacles. But this treasure can only be found by those that are worthy of it. And I don't mean that in an egotistical or superficial way. What I mean by that is because your aura is so protected, partly because of you protecting your own peace, and being selective of who you allow yourself to be around. Only people that truly treasure you are allowed to be around you. I'm hearing that song, If You Want to Be My Love. But it's like, in this case, if you want to be my friend, if you want to be around me, you have to treasure me. Like, not in a superficial way, not in an egotistical way, again, but there is a level of respect that needs to be had here, a level of trustworthiness, love, because you bring all of that. I mean, you're showing up as this treasure here in the 10 of Pentacles, so a lot of people would love to be around you, but if they're going to come into your life and create this karmic energy with the 5 of Wands by being intimidated by you, jealous of you, passive aggressive towards you, like bringing negative energy into your life, like you don't need that. That's what I'm trying to say here. You're protecting your peace. So what I'm basically getting to here is the reason why showing up like this is because you have ascended, you have grown to a level that, I want to be careful with my words here. So let's take it like this. Let's say Earth is a school and we're here to learn lessons. And if you believe in reincarnation, we reincarnate and, come here to learn about life. And let's say we had to grade it like school. You would be in grade 12, whereas the other person wouldn't be able to hang out with you because maybe they're still in grade 1. And it's not a thing of like anyone's better than anyone. Everyone's on their own journey at different places in the journey, right? And so because of that, they wouldn't be able to understand you or get you because they haven't reached where you are at. Does that make sense? So In other words, plenty are drawn to you, pile number one, because of your vibe, everything you exude, which I will get into in a moment, but only few can be around you. So if you've ever felt like, you have maybe like a smaller friendship circle than you'd wish, or if you've ever felt like, you're wishing for those, valuable connections in your life and maybe you don't see them yet, or like there's this feeling here of wanting to manifest in soul family, and that will come. That will definitely come. But I feel, yeah, like what I said before, only few can be around you, but many are drawn to you. Only those that are going to value you. That's what I want to say here. So, the qualities about you that draw people in. Firstly, I see your vibe gives off this warmth with the fire energy here. Even when I came to your pile, all of a sudden, like, I just started feeling very hot in your energy. So, you exude this warmth in your overall vibe, the sort of playfulness. It's like this homey, cozy feeling. It feels like I'm sitting under a fireplace and drinking a warm hot chocolate with marshmallows in it. You give off this very cozy, sweet vibe, but also this warmth in your overall energy that draws people to you because it makes them feel safe, it makes them feel comfortable, at ease, at peace. You do have a very peaceful vibe and energy to you that a lot of people are drawn to. And what I want to say about this is there's also a sweetness here, because I was tasting cheesecake. Like, you exude an overall sweetness in your energy. You're a very pure soul. And so because you're a very pure soul, you have this very huge heart that is very, like, you have a lot of sweetness to you, is what I want to say. And so going back to what I said before, like, only those that are going to cherish you are going to be allowed to be around you. Spirit is heavily protecting you, Pal One, because you're such a sweetheart. So you only need other sweethearts around you that are going to appreciate your sweetness and reciprocate that to you. Does that make sense? Also, maybe you are also a foodie. Maybe that's something people are very drawn to, especially other foodies. And yeah, like, your warmth and your sweetness makes people feel at home and at ease and comfortable with you. Trust you immediately. And so because of that, people are drawn into you because of that. I'd say you're a rare gem, a rare treasure to find, and people definitely see that. I'd say you're also very magnetic when it comes to people, places, things you want to attract. You are very much like master manifestors, is what I see in your energy. I do see a bunch of more things here, but before I get into that, I do have a small favor to ask from you, my pal number ones. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted, or you liked this reading up until now, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? Your support means the world to me and it helps my channel more than you know, so thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the reading. Also, I'd say your confidence draws people in, but it may have a little bit of a 50-50 reaction, if you will. Like, Spirit is showing me science, and when, I don't know if this can actually happen in science, but when something can react a different way to different things. So let's say in a science project, we had to put a specific chemical here, and then another chemical with it, and it would react differently to another chemical. Does that make sense? So let's say you are this person that's very confident. It can draw some people in where, they feel like you have this confidence and this magnetic energy, and they really admire that about you and maybe look up to it in a way and feel inspired by it, feel like they want to bring in that same confidence for themselves. And you could be that type of person that knows how to make other people feel special, knows how to compliment others, and really, I feel like if you were my friend, we would like just hype each other up all the time. Like, I feel that vibe from you. So I feel a lot of people are drawn to you because of that. Whereas it may also have a different reaction to others where they get very insecure around you or they get very intimidated by you because of your confidence and your overall greatness. So that's where the different reaction comes in. Some may be inspired because they are not people that are operating on envy, whereas others may feel envious because they are operating in that energy. So I guess it just depends on the person, whereas it does draw people in anyways. Okay, there's also something here about your creativity that draws people in. I feel like you're very creative people, or you just have a lot of creative ideas, creative potential in some way. You could even be creative with the way you express yourself. That draws a lot of people in some way, especially other creative people or people that are also very unique like you. I feel like you're very unique people, and that also draws in other unique people or people that admire that quality or trait within you. Yeah, you're definitely one of a kind, my pal number ones, a rare gem, and people can definitely see that. You know, your uniqueness overall draws people in because people feel like, since you're so unique, since you're so comfortable with being your authentic self in the world, you express yourself the way you want. And you don't hold back, or at least you're learning not to if you're still learning to be more authentic to yourself, in the world. And so a lot of people feel as though they can be themselves around you. There's this non-judgmental attitude you have. There's this very playful energy that you have that draws people into. So overall, I think you just make people feel very comfortable with themselves. And so people are going to be very drawn to you. I also think you have a very cute face, very cute smile. You have this type of aura and smile that is so bright. You shine bright, my pal number ones. And when you learn to shine bright, you will also attract other people that are drawn to that light, but not necessarily will try to dim that light or try to almost like put out your fire, or humble you. You will be having people around you that also bring that fire up even more, where you two both shine bright, where you two both inspire each other, where you two both bring happiness and joy into other people's lives and your own lives. So there's something here about you also being like a very happy and joyful, positive person. I know not every day we can be happy and joyful, but you're just an overall positive person, and then people are very drawn to that. If you have any particular gifts, like in terms of spirituality, we have the crown chakra and the moon here. So I feel like a lot of you are very, very intuitive, are very connected to your own spirit guides and spirituality, mysticism. Like, this is my mystic pile. You're very mystic. Okay. There's a sort of mystique to you. Kind of reminds me of Alexa Demi, like your energy. Like the mysteriousness. Okay, anyways, I feel like something here about your intuition draws people in because there's something here about you. Why? Let me try get into this energy. It's kind of hard to explain. Okay, so Spirit is showing me because you're operating at such a high vibration, you have a lot of light, pile one. Just like the moon, a lot of people are drawn to the moon, want to look at the moon, but few can actually go to the moon and reach the moon and actually be by the moon. Do you get what I mean? So you have a very high vibration. You're someone that has a lot of depth to you too. And because of all of this, you're very connected to those 5D realms. So a lot of people are going to be drawn to you because of your high vibration, but not many people can reach you because of your high vibration unless they're also on a higher vibration. Does that make sense? So this moon energy, this intuitive energy, also has that kind of chemical effect where it can give off a different reaction, where some may feel as though they can't reach you. You're like that star or that moon they can't reach, but they want to reach. Whereas some feel very comfortable around you the minute they meet you and you just click immediately. And then I'd say that's feels like a soul connection, or that feels like you two operate on the same vibrational frequency. So that's the way Spirit is describing it to me. So some of you may also be having, other talents or gifts that draw people in, especially if you have any particular hobbies that you like to do. Like I'm seeing someone, for example, go to art classes or yoga classes, and then other people are drawn to you because they like or have similar interests to you. Or like someone here likes fashion, likes expressing themselves through fashion and learning about fashion. And other people that like fashion see you in public and are drawn to you. That's the type of vibe I feel here. And some of you may be healers, may work in the spiritual community, maybe actual readers, tarot readers. Okay, with this moon energy, I feel like you're very comfortable with your phases. You're very, like I said, you're authentic to yourself, but you're also comfortable with your different phases of life that you go through. Since the moon is always changing and always going through different phases, so are you, and you accept that about yourself. And some people are drawn to that because maybe I see some people meet you for a reason, for a spiritual purpose, where some people are brought into your life for a spiritual purpose, where you're here to teach them something. I feel like some people that are drawn into your energy field are meant to be around you and be around in the long run, whereas some are just meant to learn a spiritual lesson for you, where you change something in their life, where you give them a key of wisdom, help them release something. Okay, so maybe there's something about them learning from you in some way, from, the inspiration from you, or learning from, you being so authentic, or learning about something emotionally from you with the moon here, whether it be perceived as negative or positive. So let's get into an example here. You have a certain type of person come into your life, and maybe they're someone very emotionally unavailable, and you're someone very emotionally available, and you have a lot of depth to you, which is another reason why a lot of people are drawn to you, because of your comfortability with your own emotions, but also your depth. But anyways, let's say this person, excuse my voice, it's very sore at the moment. Anyways, because it's dry. Anyways, let's say this person is emotionally unavailable and they learn from you in some way to become more comfortable with their emotions. And it may be perceived as negative, the interaction you have with them, but then it teaches them something. Do you get what I mean? Or sometimes it will be very positive, where like other people will be drawn to you because you seem so comfortable with your emotions. You seem so wise. You do have a lot of wisdom. You're a very evolved soul in terms of like reincarnation and things like that. Like you're a very evolved soul. So I feel like some people are also drawn to you and then talk to you and then feel very comfortable with you and telling you about their whole life story. And then maybe you give them a key of wisdom. They take that home. You never see them again, but they were drawn to you for a spiritual purpose. Does that make sense? Whereas other people come into your life for the long run. Okay, so I'm seeing an energy here like where you definitely change people's lives in some way, in a very huge way. And once there's a key to your heart, like you're very unforgettable, my pile number ones. Like there's just something about you that I don't even know how to describe it, but that's the way people are looking at you. You're also someone very loyal and loving, And when you really care for people, you really keep them close to your heart. You know, you really treat them, I want to say like family or so because you're so loyal to others, others feel like they can really trust you. You know, when people do get drawn to you because of your loyalty, because of your big heart, they feel as though they kind of want to, you know, unlock that key to your heart and never throw away the key because you're really treasured by those closest to you because of the way you treat them, because of you being such a loving person, you being so deep where they feel like they can connect to you on a deeper emotional level than most, where they feel like they can be themselves in front of you, they can be comfortable in front of you. People feel very safe in your presence, you know? So there's something here about more longer term, stable connections I'm seeing with the Ten of Pentacles that really are meant to stay in your life in the long run. This feels like soul family connections, people that truly treasure you. Okay, and it's not just soul family connections, but one thing I've learned from Spirit is we actually can create soul family connections even if we never had, you know, like a past life with a person. If we can create a deep enough emotional bond, spiritual bond with someone in a lifetime where maybe we haven't met them in a past life, we can create a soulmate connection to them. And soulmates aren't always romantic, they can also be platonic. So, yeah, there's something about that coming through. I also feel like because you are so self aware, a lot of people feel as though they can relate to you. There's this relatability factor to you that draws people in. You also give off this sense of freedom. You seem very free as a person. And that too draws people in because it makes other people feel free to be around you. There's something about you having a gratitude for life, seeing things with positivity, having a gratitude for life that draws people in. Some may be drawn in because they're very negative people or like they have a negative mindset and they need to learn from you. And then they either may get irritated by it or they may learn from you graciously. Whereas some may also be positive like you and really admire that trait within you and feel like they can relate to you because of that, feel like they can share joy with you because of that. Whereas some are like in the middle and then they kind of like that quality about you. I'd say you're also showing up as someone that has an intense passion for life, a fire that burns, that creates this ambition within you to achieve the things you want, and like-minded individuals will be drawn to you because they really feel, you two both have that ambition to get where you want, and you two both inspire each other. There's a lot of inspiration people have towards you that people are drawn to you for. Also, you're very powerful and you have a lot of potential within you, my pile number ones, whether you realize that or not. And the more you see your own power, the more you almost like aren't afraid of your own power, the more you're going to draw in just as much powerful people that are going to change your life too. So this is what I have for you, pile one. This is why people are drawn to you. So I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this Tiger's Eye crystal in the card Full Spectrum, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at qualities of you that draw people in. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before I get started with your actual reading, I'd just like to announce that I am available for personal readings. So if you'd like to pre-book for February, you can find my email in the description box below. Okay, let's get started with your reading, okay? Let's first get your oracle cards. Okay, spirit guides on my pile number 2s. Qualities about them. Qualities about them that draw people in. We have awakened awareness, card 17. Qualities about pile 2 that draw people in. We have soul star chakra, merging with the divine, card 10. And we have the sacral chakra at the back of the deck. Some of you may have been drawn to pile number 1. If you were, then, there may be a similarity here, but differences as well. So if you were not, it's okay. Spirit guides of my pile number 2s. Spirit guides on my pile number 2s. Qualities about them that draw people in. Qualities about them that draw people in. Okay. You have the 9 of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Page of Swords, the Messenger of Air. I don't know what this card would be. Okay, and you have the 2 of Pentacles. And at the back of the deck, we have the 5 of Cups. So it's 222 on the timer. I feel like people that are drawn to you feel as though whenever they meet you for a reason. You awaken something within them, help them understand something about themselves a lot deeper, because I feel like you are my pile of people that have gone on a journey of self-introspection, of learning about yourself, about learning who you are, and really going through a self-exploration. And so because of that, because the more you understand yourself, the more you can understand human nature. So when people are drawn to you, there's something about them feeling as though they met you at the right time, at the right place. There's a synchronistic quality to it that seems very spiritually led, that seems like they met you for a divine purpose and divine reason, and it feels very sacred, my pal twos. So a lot of people feel this way, as though ever since you came into their life, you awakened something within them. You made them more aware of themselves and what's going on in their life and how they can create certain changes, but also how they can grow in their own way. Okay, so if I have to look at you, since we had the sacral chakra at the back of the deck, I feel like a lot of people are drawn to you physically because the sacral chakra is, indicating a sexiness here in this pile physically. So a lot of people may be drawn to you because they find you very appealing, if you will, okay? And I feel like you also have this very angelic look to you and vibe to you that people are very drawn to. You seem like an angel to others. You seem like a very sweet person, okay? And you seem like a very pure soul too. So a lot of people are drawn to that quality within you because I feel like a lot of people want to, create connections with you because of that angelic quality you have. So a lot of people instantly trust you because of that and instantly, invite you into their heart, especially people that have gone through things like have been betrayed before, have been, around people that were quite toxic for them. When they see your angelic energy, I think it's a subconscious thing. They feel like very safe around you and they feel like they can trust you easily. I feel like my pile twos, you give out this vibe to me like you've been through a lot. You've also been through a lot of pain, and I feel like you are here to break a lot of ancestral cycles, a lot of karmic ancestral cycles. So you are essentially freeing your ancestors of the painful cycles that they've been stuck in. And I feel the energy in my sacral chakra now. So you're releasing a lot within your sacral chakra of energies from your ancestors. You know, pain that they've had but never fully healed from or completed those cycles or learned from. And so I feel like you are a very powerful person, whether you realize this or not. Look at the dragon's eye there. When we see dragon energy, we see a person that's very powerful and strong. Even the emperor depicts a lion here. When you see lions, it's symbols of strength. So you are a very strong soul, advanced soul, I want to say. Very wise soul over many lifetimes. And so because of this, your ancestors chose you to break a lot of these karmic cycles and free them from it. You know, so I see you've been going through a life where you've been growing from your pain like the lotus flower. You know, the things in your life you've gone through haven't exactly been easy. And I'm not saying everything you went through was to break ancestral cycles, because sometimes life is painful. Sometimes we just go through things in life and life just happens to us. And I feel like that's happened to you. But I feel something here about healing the inner child, or being born into a family that we didn't quite feel accepted, or we didn't quite feel loved, or, you know, they didn't have the capacity to be fully emotionally available because of their own pain. Does that make sense? I feel that for some of you, or I feel this energy of being born into a world that maybe misunderstood you or maybe treated you differently since you were a child, or you went through certain pains in life that were very harsh to live through, and it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your choice, I want to say. And so I see you going through life and going through certain things in your life that were very painful to you, but then growing from it and healing from it and learning from the pain and awakening, going through a spiritual awakening. And the point I'm getting to here is the growth you've had within this lifetime is humongous. Like, that's what I'm hearing from spirit. You've grown a lot within this lifetime. You've learned a lot of wisdom from your pain. And although the pain may have not been beautiful, the wisdom you have learned can help others too. And so I feel like the energy of Chiron, the wounded healer, you have your own wounds that you had to heal from in yourself. You healed from it yourself. You gained awareness of it. You are a very self-aware person. And then you took that pain, you healed it, you alchemized it, you grew from it, learned wisdom from it. And now you are the wounded healer, where you are able to heal others with that same wisdom, with that same gift of healing. So it's not necessarily this thing of like you were meant to go through this or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, when you took the opportunity to heal yourself, you gain that gift of wisdom and you gain that gift of healing, like the wounded healer. And so the reason why this is coming up in this reading of why people are drawn to you, like your qualities that draw people in, I feel because you've grown so much, because you've awakened so much. I'm seeing you shift a lot in your energy and reach new heights and new levels of awakening. I'm seeing it like a game, and you've quickly gone to level 100 in your ascension process. And so because of that, you're highly evolved as a soul. You have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of growth. I hear Reiki attunement. Some of you are Reiki healers. Um, but it's like because of this, a lot of people are drawn to you because they have an opportunity to learn from you. They have an opportunity to awaken their own awareness from you, where you are now the spiritual teacher, where they can now learn from you. And even if you aren't giving them any sort of wisdom through your words, you are leading by example with the Emperor here. Because the Emperor is like this leadership energy, right? So you just being you and you living life as you lead by example, and other people start to follow your lead and start to grow with you and start to learn from you by watching you grow. I hope that makes sense. I do see a bunch of other things here, but before I get into that, I just have a quick favor to ask from you, pal, too. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted or you like this reading up until now, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? Your support means the world to me and it helps my channel more than you know. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the reading. And so, you haven't exactly lived an easy life. I see some of you have gone through very painful connections where you felt often disappointed, where you felt often betrayed for some of you. But it's like because you've grown, because you've healed, because you are constantly leveling up, now you have this awareness of self. Now you have this healing gift and ability and this wisdom. And now because you have this growth mindset, other people with growth mindsets too, or people that are meant to learn from you as a spiritual teacher and level up within their own way, are drawn to you. And other people that are also on a healing journey and also will understand you, will also be a teacher to you and will also give you a sense of wisdom, but you'll also be a teacher to some that are also needing to learn. Does that make sense? So you are the teacher and the learner, the student. And so because of that, a lot of people are drawn to you for that spiritual purpose, for that spiritual growth. Whereas others may be just drawn to you because, they're meant to be around you, because you two can inspire each other, help each other reach new heights, especially people that are very much like on the same journey as you, breaking ancestral cycles or on a healing journey, or maybe to like they're spiritual too, because I feel this is a very spiritual pile with the soul star chakra. Whether you realize it or not, you have amazing gifts, amazing spiritual gifts that come from the divine, that is very sacred. And so I feel like a lot of people that are in similar journeys as you, this feels like soul family connections that are meant to grow with you, that are meant to level up with you, then they're drawn to you because they're meant to be in your lives. So people definitely grow from just being around you. And I feel like you are understanding the full spectrum of life, where I'm hearing that quote, like, no rain, no flowers. Like when we can experience pain, although it may be very painful, we can also have true appreciation for the good moments in life. And I feel the solar plexus energies of healing. So a lot of you have been healing your self-worth, have been healing the way you view yourself, have been healing in a way where you can find joy for life again and release any illusions to do with the self and the way you view yourself. Release any negative self-talk. Because you've been doing that, because you've been gaining this inner confidence and strength within yourself, a lot of people are drawn to you, either because they need to learn from you or because they too are people that are on similar journeys. So I feel a theme here. So the people that are drawn to you are either a spiritual teacher to you, or you're the student, or like you're teaching them. Or it's people that are on similar journeys that are like the same as you, or soul family. Okay? People that get you, people that understand you. You are also reaching this point of determination when it comes to building your physical life to the way you want it to be. I see you're very determined to create independence for yourself financially, financial freedom, maybe even a legacy for yourself, something people will remember you for, or maybe you are just determined to help the world in some way with your gifts or talents, or maybe you just want stability for yourself and your family. Regardless of what this is, you are determined to work towards what you want in life. And because of this, a lot of people that are also having this determination, this ambition, have this want for stability within their own lives, will be very drawn to you. Whereas also people that could be inspired by this quality. I feel like a lot of people are drawn to your voice too, and the way that you speak. Because there's something about you giving off this very flowy vibe, like very much like go with the flow. And you have this go with the flow vibe, but also this grounded energy at the same time that draws a lot of people in. You may attract a lot of earth signs or air signs or water signs. I don't know why that's coming through, but I'm getting that. And it's like, I feel like you make people feel free, but grounded and present at the same time because of these qualities. And I feel like a lot of people love to speak to you, love to have conversations with you because you understand yourself so much. So there's this relatability factor to you. Because you understand yourself, you understand human nature, as I said before. But also, there's something here about conversations with you are always interesting. So people are going to be drawn to you. And I feel like you have this very playful yet curious energy that kind of reminds me of like a curious cat or Alice in Wonderland. Like you don't take life too seriously. You have a sort of playful quality to you, and you're always open to learning. And I think people really like that quality about you, where they're very drawn to that. Because it's like when you're having conversations with people, you're curious in a way where you love to learn about them and you're a good listener. And I think people really like that quality about you. A lot of people do, because what I've noticed is a lot of humans have a hard time listening. And so when a person can really listen, it shows they really care. It shows they really care about what the other person has to say. And because you're a good listener, because you're very supportive, a lot of people love to have conversations around you and be with you. And because you have this very flowy but non-judgmental vibe, a lot of people feel like they can open up to you and really be themselves around you, and so they're drawn to you. There's also this energy of like showing your authentic self, showing your emotions, really connecting to a person on a one-on-one but deeper level when you are connecting to people through conversation, where people feel like they can talk about anything, but people also love to hear about you and your life and your perspectives because you're so wise, because you're so intelligent to others. But you're coming off as very humble, where you're intelligent, but you're not flaunting that, if that makes sense. Like you're just speaking, you're not, I don't know how to explain it. You come across as very humble but intelligent, where like you're intelligent, but you're also open to learning from others. So I think that's a quality people really are drawn to and like about you. And I feel like people really feel a lot of happiness just being around you, just being in your presence, pile too. You have no idea. Like, they really do. Because I noticed the sun card wanted to pop out. So, a lot of people just feel happy being around you. You give off this very positive, happy-go-lucky vibe in the way that you speak to others. Okay? We have coal. So Again, people love conversations with you. Maybe people even love to just listen to your voice, just listen to you speak, be on phone calls with you, things like that. Um, Definitely. We have the transformation card. So you bring transformations to others, to other people, with your wisdom and your gifts, and you just being you, setting an example, leading by example in some way. I feel like this is all I have for you, pile 2. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this Lapis Lazuli crystal in the card Our Ancient Future, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at qualities of you that draw people in. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. When I was pulling your cards for the intro, you actually had 2 cards that come out. So the second card you had was communication, co-creation. Before I get into your actual reading, I just like to announce that I am available for personal readings. So if you'd like to pre-book for February, you can email me in the description box below. It's left there. Okay, let's get started with your reading and see what cards show up for you. So spirit guides of pile number 3s, spirit guides of pile number 3s. Qualities of pile 3 that draw people in. We have alignment card 18. And we have home at the back of the deck. Qualities of pile number 3 that draw people in, please. We have the chariot. We have the messenger of fire. We have the Queen of Water, Queen of Cups. We have love. Aw, beautiful. I feel like this should be here. If you can hear background noises, there's a garden outside, and we have the King of Water, King of Cups. Love that. At the back of the deck, we have the Three of... Okay, my pile number 3s, qualities about you that draw people in. So, firstly, I feel you are coming through to others as someone that is quite mysterious in some way. And so a lot of people are going to be very intrigued by you and drawn to you because of your mysteriousness, where there's a sense of wanting to get to know you and wanting to know who you are as a person, maybe even wanting to speak to you. I also feel here that you're seen as someone very colorful, like you're seen as someone that's a very colorful person, a person that has a lot of light, I want to say. And because of that, you give off this vibe of being very inspiring to others, being very exciting to be around. People find you very intriguing and people find you very exciting to be around. People think that you shine bright in some way. People think that you're inspiring and exciting to get to know and to talk to. So because of that, you draw a lot of people towards you, a lot of people. Whether you realize it or not, some may actually feel shy to go up to you and talk to you, but they just think you're so cool. And so, like, a lot of people are just drawn to you and a lot of people want to talk to you. I mean, the star card is popping out here. So you're seen as a star, someone that shines brightly within your own unique way. You could also be a very unique person in some way that makes people very drawn to you. And I feel like there's also something about your physical appearance making people drawn to you in some way, making people wanting to get to know you in some way. I'd say your physical appearance gives off this very dreamy but ethereal effect. But also at the same time, Like I said, you shine bright within your own way, and you have learned to not dim your light over time. You've learned to express yourself as who you are in the world and, remain confident within that. Love yourself more. So, because of that self love and you shining bright in the world, I feel like a lot more people are drawn to this pile than the average person because you have so much light. Yeah, so I think people just find you very exciting to be around. People feel very drawn to you, and like this feeling of like wanting to get to know you. I really feel that energy strongly with this pile. You could also be a very positive and optimistic person that makes people very drawn to you. And there's something here about your conversations that are so interesting to others that, people just want to talk to you more and more and more and get to know you more and more. And I also feel like when you speak, there is this uplifting energy that you have where you truly uplift people and help them see their own star qualities within themselves. I feel like this pile has a lot of star qualities, but you're also able to see the light within others. You're able to see the qualities within them that make them shine too. And, you're someone that's very uplifting to speak to. And so a lot of people are going to be drawn to you because of that, because you make them feel good about themselves whenever they're around you. Yeah, like I keep feeling this energy of interesting conversations. Your conversations are very interesting where people just want to talk to you more and more and more. I feel this pile has gone through heartbreak. I'm feeling the energy of heartbreak, or if not, then people that are drawn to you have been heartbroken in some way, and they could be drawn to you because of this positive and optimistic energy you give off, this very inspiring energy you give off, but also you're full of light and people see you as a very passionate person, as someone very fun to be around, someone very fun to talk to. So because of that, you get them out of this heartbroken mood and you lift up their spirits, you lift up their mood. So if you have dealt with your own heartbreak and pain, you could be that type of person that is, yes, feeling into your emotions, yes, healing from that and growing from that, but also still, there's a side to you where you still look at life from the lens of color and beauty and optimism, is what I want to say. And so a lot of people are drawn to you because of that, because it's like you've gone through pain, but you can also find the beauty and the joy in life after that pain. And I feel like a lot of people that have gone through similar things or similar like pains as you, that they feel like, okay, especially if there's someone that wallows in that pain, or is a very sensitive soul. There's nothing wrong with being a sensitive soul or sensitive person, but it's like you lift their spirits and get them out of that mud, is what I'm seeing energetically. There's something about people just being very drawn to you, but they can't necessarily describe it or put their finger on it. I see the energy, but I have a very hard time describing it. There's also something I said about your body and your smile. Your smile is so radiant. Your smile draws people in. Your playfulness, your laughter, your joy that you exude to the world draws people in a lot. I feel like you give off this sunshine/star energy that draws a lot of people in. Yeah, I'm hearing that song, She's Like a Rainbow. She comes in colors everywhere. So that energy keeps showing up here within your pile. I also feel like you're very expressive of your unique, authentic self, maybe in the way that you dress. Like, I feel like this pile has a very nice aesthetic to the way that you dress, the way you express yourself. It's very intriguing to others, where others want to get to know you. Also, something about your eyes draw people in physically. Like, this pile has a lot of beauty, but also inner beauty. I feel like you have a very beautiful heart, my pal threes. You're showing up as the Queen of Cups and love. This is actually the Lover's card, but it says love. So I feel like because you're such a loving individual, because you're someone that connects to others so deeply on a deeper level than most, it's never just surface level with you. You can go to the surface almost like a dolphin and be very fun to be around, be very lighthearted, but there's also a depth to you that a lot of people are drawn to you because of that. Because when you really connect with people and communicate with people, yeah, something about communication keeps coming up. When you really connect with people and communicate with people, it feels deeper. It feels like you really want to get to know them on a deep level. It doesn't feel like you're just making small talk with them to make small talk. It feels like you actually genuinely care. And it feels like to others that you're a genuine, trustworthy person, a person with a very huge heart, a person that's so generous with your love. You have this kind of softness to you, this very nurturing energy that a lot of people are drawn to, especially those that need that nurturing energy, especially those that, are the same as you and are also nurturing people, are also givers. I feel like those are amazing connections you can have in your life because you be truly in alignment with them when you are giving to another giver and they give to you back in return. It's like that Two of Cups energy where you two are constantly pouring into each other and your cup never runs dry or empty. And I feel like you really come into alignment with people where you can be yourselves in front of them too. And there is no sense of judgment from them. So I think for you, it's very important to have people around you that you feel you can be yourself with, that you feel you can, talk about anything with, and they're not going to judge you or shame you for being your unique, authentic self. Because your uniqueness and your authentic self, you being that, it makes you shine even more. It makes you draw people in even more. But I'm hearing that quote, people can only meet us as deeply as they've met themselves. So some people you will draw in where they are truly in alignment with you, where this is like a true type of love, whether it is romantic or platonic or whatever type of connection. It's like it feels like soulmatey kind of connections where people really understand you and get you, and it comes into alignment with you and your soul and it feels right. You just click with those types of people. I feel like those are the types of people I'm picking up very strongly, but I'm also picking up on the types of people that are drawn to you because maybe they need a little bit of upliftment in their life, especially if they're going through very hard times within their own life. Like you can be that light for others, especially if they need that inspiration or that hope to get them through, because I feel like you're a person that brings other people hope. And especially if there's someone that needs that nurturing energy from others. But if they're not able to reciprocate those qualities back to you or give you what you need in return, I feel like those would be very short-lived connections where you serve a purpose in their life and then that ends there because there's nothing more to fulfill there, if that makes sense. Yeah, like you have a very gentle and loving heart. I mean, she's literally lying on top of this lion and this lion is sleeping next to her. So I feel like you have ability to soften up people's hearts. Even those people with a hard layer or guard up around their heart, or people that are not necessarily like deep or emotional people. You can even soften up their hearts. So your heart is truly a gift. You have the gift of divine love, my pal threes. And so a lot of people are going to be drawn to you because your heart just shines out all this beautiful divine love. And when your heart chakra is open, you become very attractive and magnetic to people, not just in the physical, but also on an emotional, intuitive level. I feel like a lot of people see that you're truly a gift and blessing to them, when they encounter you. Because not many people are like you, my pal threes. I do see a bunch of other things here, but before I get into that, I do have a small favor to ask from you, pile threes. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted, or you like this reading up until now, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? Your support means the world to me, and I'm so grateful to anyone that supports this channel because you help my channel grow. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the reading. So I'm also hearing that you're quite intelligent and smart, whether you realize that or not. You are seen as that to others. So because of that, people always feel like they love to just listen to you speak and love to hear your voice because they hear that intelligence comes through, and they feel like they're learning from you. I feel like you're someone that is genuinely caring. You have this big heart. You even love, all the animals on this earth. Like, I feel like this pile is people that love animals, that love children, that just has a very big heart. You make people feel at home, and because your heart shines out so much, so bright, other people are very drawn to you. And I feel like other people that vibrate on a similar frequency to you, that are also like that, they feel like they found someone that has the same heart as them. I don't feel like that's a lot of people, but that may be some people that really, really feel that way, that I'm picking up on. I also feel like it's not just in the physical world that people are drawn to you, but also the spiritual world. This is going to sound really crazy, but I'm seeing something about your dreams. If you ever dream about people you don't know, or if you are someone that feels energies and feels spirits around you, I feel like sometimes spirits are around you. And maybe if you're not like a medium, they won't necessarily talk to you, but because your energy is so healing, because your energy is so vibrant and so full of light, I feel like souls that need that light may come around you. Even like pets and animals and children are like very drawn to you because of your energy, because of your vibrant aura and your beautiful heart. But as I'm talking about spirits, like let's say this is a spirit that recently passed on and they suffered a lot of trauma within the lifetime. I see them maybe sitting around you for a day and you feel like a sensation of something around you, but you don't know what it is. And then they leave, and then, maybe they receive some of the love from you from just being around you, because I feel you have a very healing energy, which is why not only a lot of people on the physical planet may be drawn to you, because maybe they need some of that healing energy. But then usually sometimes that's short-lived if it's just a spiritual purpose kind of connection where they need something from you. But then this may sound all over the place. Those physical people, they have something, they get some kind of gift of healing from you, but then they will repay that on an energetic level, or the universe will bring that back to you on an energetic level through something else, even if it's through money or an opportunity or something else. Anyways, going back to that spiritual energy, I even feel like people you encounter on the dream realm where you've never met them in this lifetime before. Like, there's something about them being also drawn to you on that dream realm because of your energy. So I feel like you conversating and communicating with people on the dream realm, and then them just being so drawn to you, and then next thing they wake up in the morning and they feel a little bit different, but they don't know why. Maybe they don't have the same dream as you. But maybe other people dream of you but never have met you, and you're like your higher self is there communicating to them, and then they wake up and then they feel that remembrance of you, but they don't know you in real life, and then it's like, ooh, I wonder who that person is. I would love to meet them in real life. I feel that energy here very strongly. And not only is your energy healing, you're also able to create something within others, something they are lacking within themselves. So, like I said earlier, people that maybe never had that love or nurturing, I feel like crying now. So, maybe people that have experienced a lot of pain as I tap into the energy, maybe will be drawn to you, and then you give them a sense of love and nurturing that they've never received before, and you create that love within their aura where they can finally receive that. That's an example of the energy. Or a soul that maybe necessarily like didn't feel a lot of happiness within this lifetime. You bring them a sense of joy and almost like plant that within their aura, and then they can go on and experience more joy within their life. So I feel like you're someone that is constantly leveling up with the Chariot. You are being put into this vibrational alignment of more light, more and more and more and more light. And the more you level up, the more light you bring into your aura, the more you're going to find people are drawn to you. But this is I want to say double-edged sword, where some may be drawn to you because of your light. They may pull on your energy because they don't have much light within themselves, where sometimes it's a great thing where you will reignite their flame, where like, let's say they are a lost or hopeless soul. They've experienced so much pain that they have no more hope, no more inspiration, no more pizzazz for life. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but like, I don't know what word to use, but you get what I mean. And then maybe you'll reignite their flame, and that will be good for them because you'll give them a little bit of your light. But I'd say the problem comes in when people that are like drawn to you, when they're very negative people, where they don't have a lot of light, where they focus on a lot of negativity. And then they may pull on your energy. So I just say be careful of being around people that feel draining. 2222 on the timer. When you're around certain people that feel very draining to you, it could be that they are pulling on your energy, but there could also be other reasons behind that. And usually it's not consciously, usually it's not something they're doing intentionally, but I'd say it's not a vibrational match. It's not a vibrational alignment. So pay attention to that, pile 3, because I feel you're very empathetic people where you feel into energy. So trust your intuition. Focus on the way you're feeling after, communicating with someone, and you'll see if they're in vibrational alignment to you or not. Because I'd say a lot of people are drawn to you, but maybe are not on the same frequency as you, and so it can be very draining to you because you vibe on a much higher level than them. And it's not to say that they're bad people, but it just says that it's like two magnets that don't come together. Does that make sense? But it can also be a good thing when I say double-edged sword, where other people that also have a lot of light can be drawn to you because they see your light subconsciously, they see your energy subconsciously, they feel it subconsciously, and then they can also bring you light, they can also bring you inspiration, and it's like this Two of Cups energy where you're filling each other up with inspiration and light and positivity and hope and just all this beautiful energy. Okay, so I'd say you're very unique in a way where you are very ahead of your time, pile number 3. I feel like there's the sense of you having a telepathic communication with certain people that are part of your soul family, where they feel very drawn to you on a spiritual level, on a heart level that can't be explained with logic or words, but it's felt in the soul. There's a very Neptunian energy here that you hold. The energies of Neptune, this dreaminess. So on some level, you connect to people through dreams, through telepathy, through the feeling of the heart and the energies. As we know, Neptune is the I wouldn't say higher level of Venus, but I hope you get what I mean. um, and I feel like this pile is easily able to channel messages, to channel wisdom from ancestors and higher dimensions and higher realms. So a lot of people could be drawn to you because of the wisdom that you're able to give. I'm feeling the solar plexus energy, so a lot of people may be drawn to you because you're someone that is able to help others reach a higher level within their vibration, where maybe they don't feel good about themselves, they don't have a high self-esteem, and so because you are someone that's learning to shine brighter and learning to not let others dim your light and learning to love yourself and find that self-worth in yourself, you may teach others to do the same. And again, that can also be a double-edged sword where it can be perceived as a negative or positive encounter, where if it's a negative encounter, maybe they are jealous of you. And so because of that jealousy, maybe you teach them to find their own self-love. But it can also be a positive encounter where you really bring them up and help them see the beauty within themselves too as a soul. I feel like you are a future soul. If you believe in reincarnation and all that, I feel like you're a future soul and you've incarnated from future lifetimes and come back to this present moment right now to bring that wisdom from those future realms to right now. And I feel like you're seen as someone that's very ahead of your time. If you've ever felt very misunderstood or felt like there's this sense of like, I don't quite belong anywhere, you will find your soul family. You will find people that resonate with that. And because you're so ahead of your time, you may be someone you may notice that you're a little bit of a trendsetter where you do things and maybe people don't get it immediately, but then a few months later, everybody's doing that thing. Do you get what I mean? There's this kind of ahead of your time energy that a lot of people are drawn to, that uniqueness within you. I feel like I may be part of this pile. I resonate with these messages a lot. So yeah, it's like you bring that wisdom from the future realms to now, and you may not consciously remember those future elements or those future energies. Maybe some of you have had dreams of futuristic energies, but I feel like a lot of you don't remember it consciously, but some part of your soul remembers it. And Spirit is showing it to me like history books, or Back to the Future, Back to the Past, like those time travel movies, right? And think of it like your soul has time traveled from the future to the present moment to rewrite history, if you will, to change the present moment so that the future can change in some way, so that the future may become better in some way. And it's not just you. There are many souls that have done this, since there are so many of you watching Pile 3. And so because of this, each one of you will have a different purpose here to bring, a different change to create in the present moment so that the future can change in some way based on how history takes place in the future. So each of you have a different mission, a different energy or frequency to bring to the present moment, to show to others, whether it is actually being you and bringing that energy here and showing other people through leading by example, or whether it is actually being someone that shares certain gifts or talents to others. And this can come through in any way. Like, let's say some of you are artistic and you share a certain talent of art. You could share certain types of wisdom through putting your heart and your energy into that painting, and then people may not be able to consciously see the wisdom, but they feel the energy and take on some of that wisdom. Does that make sense? So it can literally be in any way, by you just being around people and leading by example, or just by you sharing certain talents or gifts with others. So this is what I have for you. This is why so many people are drawn to you. I feel like your pile has a lot of people that are drawn to you, whether you realize it or not. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!